Welcome back to the show. DonLexy here with another live. Of course, the audio is not. Do that again. That was good. I'm gonna wait only until the audio pops in. Okay, DonLexy here with another live reaction. There it is. How you guys doing? Here with another show. A lot of archetypes to cover today. We're gonna be here a while. Our new typical length. How you doing? Edwina's first in the comment section. Shout out to her. She's one of the funniest of all time. How you doing? Nope, Matrix, you weren't first. Edwina was first. You do this every time you come to the show, bro. You just like first, even if you were eighth. Like, but I still rock with you. Yeah, we're gonna get into it. Y'all know the rules. We're looking for a show sponsor. This one was a free show because you guys missed, so this is the second show in a row. So we're back to getting them sponsored. Much love to everybody who's been sponsoring the shows. Much love to those frequent ones, those 1%ers. How y'all doing today, man? Back with another reaction. Y'all won't believe everything we have to cover today. There's so much to cover over at Kendra G's platform. Minor hit me up last night and he just said one simple sentence. He was like, drama over at Kendra G's. So I went over there, saw what was going on. Here we are. Believe it or not, the feature presentation from an introspective standpoint, she's one of the most important calls, but she's not the most entertaining call, actually. It's going to be the stuff leading up to the feature presentation, going to be very eventful, interesting situations, things we've never seen on Kendra G's show. Buckle up. Let's get into it. Drop those locations I want to see we're tuning in from. We're going to have a great show. Let's go ahead and get that timer going, and let's go ahead and get that music going. How y'all doing today? Y'all know that I'm here to cook, and I'm at your service. Let's make it happen. Let's get it done. Let's make it work.
I'm down for the people because I live for the people.
Mama, there goes that man.
I'm here to tell you right now.
My dog died.
Let me tell you,
Y'all ready? Let's make it happen. Y'all good?
My dog died.
You see, stereophonic sound for the home is recorded on two separate tracks, each one giving
I
special
beg your
emphasis to
pardon?
certain sections of the
I'm
other,
here to tell you
as
right
heard from
now.
those positions.
We don't.
Now, when played back simultaneously on two
What the
separate
hell
systems,
is even
the
that?
sounds are blended together to achieve a new dimension in sound impossible to obtain.
Louisiana got the fourth worst educational system in America.
Montreal, Canada in the building. Let's go. How y'all doing today? Georgia in the building. What's up, Jacob? How you doing, my brother? What's up, Fantasy Island girl in the building? What's happening? How you doing, Joy? What's up, y'all? Y'all good? Mr. Williams in the building. What's up? Representing Detroit, Charleston, Orlando. What's up? How y'all doing today? Yeah, Thonwick here today, y'all. What's up? Naptown in the building. Much love to everybody in the South Bend area, in the Indiana area. You know you got my love. Charleston, South Carolina. What's up? Let's get it, man. Let's have a great show. Interesting things going on over here at Kendra G show. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Ladies and gentlemen, boy, do we have a show. 2 more minutes. All right. Thumbs up, thumbs up. I'm ready to work. DonLexy, your host. Entertainment is what I do. Podcasting comes next. We're going to have a good show, y'all. It's going to be good. A lot to cover. A lot to cover. I should be disqualifying a demeanor first. Maybe we're gonna disqualify demeanor next. Actually, this is a more pressing matter that's gonna be a little bit timeless. So I'm gonna spend some time on this lady because I think she needs some help. And we're gonna make it happen. We're gonna talk about it. There were some things that were just really interesting over at Kendra G's platform, and I want to talk about it. I want to bring more to it than just leaving it there. There are some people who say that they can't even watch Kendra G's show unless we react to it, because again, a lot of times the calls just sitting there as they are. It's missing something. It's missing context. How our women get to this place, how they end up getting to a place where they're just talking. A lot of things that they say don't make sense, or they sound like they're really out of touch with reality or far from self-awareness. Either way, we're going to get into it. Much love, Keith. He's representing Portland, Oregon. Love to see the reach. I love to see everybody tuning in from different areas of the country. It's exciting. I love to that these conversations are spread out. We had somebody in here from London the other day. It's awesome. I love to see the reach. Let's get into it. You guys know the rules. Let's keep the engagement above 50. If we have more people in the room and there isn't, in like half of the room number isn't accumulated in likes, then we're gonna have to stop the show every single time so that we can make sure that we're at 50 so we can bring people into the chat. All right, we already got enough against us as it is. Now we're going to get over to her, and we got so many other archetypes and so many other ladies to react to tonight. We're going to make sure that we just let the clip play, and I'm going to try to give my commentary only as needed, but it is my job to entertain and make the reaction original. If I were to just play Kendra G's content all the way through, then I would be doing what she's accusing me of doing. It would just basically be like just stealing the content. The commentary is needed for all the people who are like, man, don't pause so much, man. Why are you pausing? It's like, I don't know. I guess they never heard of what a reaction video is for the first time until they came to our platform, it seems. But either way, let's get into it. Love to see the reach. Love to see people tuning in from different areas. Okay, let's go ahead and get into the first archetype, BLP family.
Columbus, Georgia.
Columbus, Georgia. How old are you?
I'll be 44 tomorrow.
Happy birthday on the way.
Thank you.
Also, if today's show is sponsored, we will be coming right back tomorrow for another show. We look like Arthur already came through and dropped 25 and took the show sponsor spot. Let's get it. Much love to Arthur.
Mama, there goes that man.
Much love, Arthur. Appreciate you. 1% donor at this point. Steady sponsoring shows, bro. Appreciate you. All right, let's get back into it.
Thank you.
Birthday, boo. Tamika, Columbus, Georgia, 44. So you are a Aquarius.
Most definitely to the heart.
This your first time here? Okay. Do you have any kids?
Yeah, my baby girl, she's 19, and my middle daughter is 25, and my oldest daughter is 28.
Oh, so how many? You have 3 kids. Are they
And
all
I
by
got
the
2
same?
grandkids.
Okay. Are your 3 kids by the same man? How many men?
3,
3. Have you ever been married?
2 times.
2 times. When did you get divorced last?
5 years ago.
Okay. And what do you do for a living, Tamika?
Insurance broker.
Insurance broker.
Mhm.
So we got Tamika, Columbus, Georgia, 44 Aquarius, insurance broker, mom to 3 by 3 different men, married twice. Was you married to any of your children's dads?
One of them, my last one.
Your last one, okay. What kind of man you looking for, girl?
I didn't expect I was gonna come on here. I just pressed it, but
I beg your
I'm
pardon.
looking for open-minded individual man, someone who's sweet, someone who's nice, someone who knows how to have a conversation, someone who got good hygiene, somebody who don't do cocaine, somebody who don't drink too much. What I'm saying? I'm saying the wrong stuff.
No, you saying the right stuff. I mean, you went to your deal breakers already. No cocaine.
Oh yeah. No cocaine. No too much alcohol.
No too much what?
Too much alcohol.
What is alcohol?
Alcohol, girl. You know, like beer, liquor.
Alcohol.
Oh, I'm from Alabama. I'm sorry. I'm so country.
Even that?
Okay, Country, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, my bad.
Okay, not too much.
Fantasy Island girl, she seems a little slow. I don't think that she's slow. I just think she's really, really country and just slow talking.
Much alcohol. Not too much alcohol. What else?
And
What else?
he gotta know how to bathe. He gotta know how to bathe.
Yeah, she does. Kendra's insulting.
I like a man who smell good.
Wait, you got to know how to bathe, take a shower?
Take a shower, take a bathe.
All right. They all overwhelmingly said they just want to skip you. They don't even want me reacting to you. And usually I don't listen. But it's so overwhelming. It's like people are like, man, get her the hell out of here. It's overwhelming. It's overwhelming, ma'am. I don't know what to do. They don't want me reacting to you. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna leave you alone. They spared you. They said, Thon, leave her alone. We don't even care. We weren't gonna pick her anyway. So I'm gonna go over and start the show how we normally start the show. And I'm going to get a black demeanor in line. I'm going to disqualify a woman at poor behavior, appearance. This is the part of the show where we just cover general maintenance with black women, BWs, women who just literally don't know how to carry themselves. Before we even talk about their dating standards or where they rank or whatever, they're out of contention simply because of how they woke up. So, we're gonna go ahead and just move on. You guys aren't gonna probably want her that much more, but she probably won't be as bad as the other lady. Let's go ahead and get into it.
I literally just pressed this shit and I just got in the comments talking about, I want to get on here.
You ready, boo?
Yeah.
Shame in you.
How I pronounce your name? Is it Callie?
Yep, Callie.
Callie, where you calling me
I'm
from?
in Arizona, Phoenix.
Arizona. You have any kids?
I got one. He about to be 19.
Okay. Have you ever been married?
No.
What you do for a living?
The all-new Kendra G Singles dating app is available now on iPhones and Android phones. Just go to your App Store or Google Play Store and download now.
I work with adults with mental, intellectual, and cognitive disabilities.
Okay, so what's that title?
I'm a caregiver and a driver.
Okay, caregiver.
Ugh, ladies, these septum piercings, gross. It doesn't look, it looks nasty. That's my thing. My take on it, I have not seen a lot of men out there who are like, yeah, I don't really mind this. Except like, they're bull ring. I mean, guys don't want their woman having a bull ring in their nose. Why do you want to look like a bull? What do you want to look like a bull for?
And how old are you, Callie?
I'm 41.
And you said you have a son, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, 41. What's your zodiac sign?
Big cancer.
Big cancer. Okay.
Yes.
That's a big bitch.
So we got Callie, Arizona, 19-year-old son, never married, caregiver and a driver, 41, and is a big cancer.
Yes.
What kind of man you looking for, girl?
One that ain't finna lie. That's it. Just don't be a liar. Like, have a little money. You ain't gotta be a rich nigga, but have some money. Cause I get up every day and get mine. You feel me? So yeah.
Okay. Leave it at the door, please. I'm sorry. What are your deal breakers?
A liar, foul ass breath.
What?
Foul ass breath. I don't like a motherfucker who fucking sound like breath be smell like they eat shit pellets. I don't want that for me.
Shame in you.
They eat what?
Shit pellets. Like they eating their ass, not brushing their teeth when they get through. I don't like a motherfucker with no funky breath.
But why would you assume that they were eating behind?
It'd be stinking.
You play too much.
They need to get a tongue brush, whatever the fuck. Yeah, I don't like a person with funky breath. Bad.
Now, you often see the women in the dating market who are overweight, the women who are at a disadvantage, who have paid the least amount of attention to the things that men find valuable, like your fitness. These women always find themselves dating the broke guys, the non-hygienic men, the men who are still growing up, basically, regardless of whatever age they are, because you all deserve each other. You deserve the worst men in the dating market. You deserve the men who don't brush their teeth. You just never thought about it this way. As long as you look like the women who historically have gotten the least and gotten the worst men, you deserve the worst men. It's that simple. But again, women lying to you, black male panderers, all this type of stuff has led you to probably believing you're on the same footing as women who are fit and act like women, but you're not. Let's get back into it.
Bad hygiene, a motherfucker that's lazy.
Anything else? No. Nothing else? Okay. Should he look a certain way?
Not really.
Not really.
I just be taller than me, and I'm 5'3.25".
5'3.25". So let me try to ballpark where your weight is.
Like Bernice.
That's a big bitch.
Just by looking at you, I don't even need you. I don't even need to see you stand up. Just by looking at you, you're certainly north of 250 pounds, roughly, right? So at 5'3", your BMI is so fucked up, right? It's so Don's learning to be a good consultant. I'm learning all the things that the people before me did, so I can get good at my job. I'm glad that I'm getting good at the ratings and the BMI calculations, because now I'm starting to feel like I can navigate through this thing better. A lot of you women, black women in particular, your BMIs are so high that most of the men who stand even 4 or 5 feet taller than you, you're still heavier than them. That's a problem. There have been other content creators like KS who tried to address this. This isn't going to end, especially when it comes to black women. You got 5'3", 200 and something pounds, ma'am. You're unhealthy as hell. Come on, ma'am. Some of you women don't even have kids. You're just overweight.
Why?
Okay.
At least be 5'7" and up.
5'7" and up. Okay. Should he make a certain amount of money?
No, as long as you can handle your own.
Okay.
Pull your own weight, because I'm going to pull mine.
Pull your own weight, because she's going to pull hers.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do the Kendra Cam.
Hold on.
Pull your weight, because she's going to pull hers. Nobody's pulling your weight anyway.
Yeah, you see my Kansas City Chiefs
Heavy as
stuff.
shit.
Ooh, let's see. Okay. Ooh.
I was wrong. You possibly could weigh more than 250 pounds. You possibly could weigh more than 250 pounds. So again, at 5'9", if you were 5'9", ma'am, this would be a deficit. You're 5'3", so your BMI is off the charts. Your BMI is simply just, it's off the Richter scale, ma'am. You are out here. And you're talking, and again, if you didn't have bravado about all this, about wanting a guy who's non-hygienic, anything regarding the physical, I wouldn't have to press you like this. You have a worse physical deficit than hygiene. You're dying.
Like Bernie, that's a big bitch.
By stuff like you're unhealthy. Your heart is strained. Your limbs should not be. Your skeleton is screaming. You should not be the weight that you are. You're too heavy for the height that you are. This is beyond me trying to tease you or try to pick fun at you for the sake of views. This is a matter of how long you'll live. And I get it. In the black community, we're not supposed to care. We're just supposed to eat the pork and all that and whatever anyway. But I'm saying, regardless of your health, for the sake of a man, you need to be more serious about your health. And if you want better options in the dating market, you're going to stop acting like a man, and you're going to have to get fit if you want better options. Ask any woman who's been shy of north of 250, come down to 140 or something where she belongs, and ask her if her dating options were the same. And then you try to twerk it like
Ain't nobody shame.
that. You trying to twerk that bag of laundry. You doing that? You trying to twerk that bag of laundry? The equivalent of that is a broke man who has $5 in a hoodie on social media saying, like, flaunting his lifestyle. Like, remember when Mike Epps did that thing where he did MTV Cribs, but he was inside of like a prison cell, and you know, he was like showing him around the prison cell. He'd do little steps like he was going to the next phase, but he was just in like he was just in a prison cell. They'd be like a man who's living in a shoebox, but he wants MTV Cribs to come feature him. You can't show off. You don't want to flaunt something that is not desirable. It's like when a kid runs up with like roadkill, like, look, mommy, like he thinks he has something good, but actually he doesn't. And black women, you're always talking about that people are over-sexualizing y'all. You guys can't even do a Kendra cam of just a simple body demonstration without twerking. Like, you're sexual. You're more sexual. You're more forward with the things you do in public than other women. If you want to stop being sexualized, chill. That's the answer. Chill out. That little voice that says, let me stop, let me stop, let me stop. Before you do the thing, listen to that voice.
You got to go to work. You got to Hawaii dress for tonight.
Yeah, man, I had to put something on real quick. You know what I'm saying? To get on this Kendra cam type shit. You feel me?
I feel
Just
you.
masculine.
All right.
Just
when was your
masculine.
last relationship?
1.5 years ago.
You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
Last month.
Last month?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is that guy an option?
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, he just was a thing. We wasn't a thing, but we was doing it.
Hip hop.
They can't own hip hop.
That. I mean, I'm pretty sure if I wanted to pursue it, it could be something, but I don't.
Okay. Okay. So 3 flaws you have to work on. Are you about to cut somebody out? I can see that eye.
I wouldn't even try to even look at the comments. I just look down, but I don't give a fuck about them motherfuckers. They don't know me.
Period. She said, for y'all didn't hear her in the back, she don't give a fuck about none of you. Period. Y'all know.
Girl, these eyebrows is from drawing on at 4 o'clock in the morning. That's what time I get up for work, so. I probably could have redrew them on, but who gives a fuck? What?
Okay, guys. I think we all got the synopsis on her as well. I don't think we need to waste even another second on her, and she's getting ready to she's getting ready to mess up my money. She keeps dropping F-bombs left and right, and I'm not trying to lose my monetization over this hyena. She's already out of line. She's gonna buy a dog.
Buy a dog, die alone.
Why should we even, let's move on. Now, to more pressing matters. There was a woman on Kendra G's show. I think she thought that she was in a relationship. Kendra G actually had to help her realize that she wasn't in one. It was one of the most disturbing displays of a lack of self-awareness we'll probably see, even though that's not accurate. These women always outdo themselves every time we come back to the show. Eventually we come across women like this who just literally don't know what time it is. So we're going to break it down. We're going to cover it. Let's go ahead and spin the clip. Let's see what Tanika has to say.
That's why I love you so much. Never meant to cause you no pain.
Shame in your
I just wanna go back to being. I love Monica.
Oh goodness, Kendra. Like, I can't believe that the Nigerian could even hang on as long as he did. I'm like, bitch, shut up. God, you talking and then that singing. Oh my God, I gotta get out of here. Shit. Can't cook. Can't sing. Loud as hell. All right.
All right, Tanika. How old are you, love?
I'm Tanika, and I am 50.
Tanika, okay. You just said it was like Monica.
I know. I said it looks like Monica with a T, so I get why everybody says Tanika, but it's really Tanika.
Oh, girl. Yeah. Well, y'all need to spell it over. Shit. Tamika, how old are you?
I'm 50.
Okay, 50. What you do for a living, boo?
You too old.
I work in finances,
much
annuities,
love to
and life
Xavier
insurance.
Williams. He dropped 5. Much love, Xavier.
Okay.
Yep.
You have any kids?
We had 30
I do. By birth,
I
have all boys. 27.
She destroyed the record.
27, 19, and 11.
How about the same man?
No, two different fathers.
How y'all doing, man?
So 3 kids, right?
Yep.
And where you calling us from, babe?
I am in Ankeny, Iowa right now, but I'm originally from Ohio.
So you live in Iowa?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we got Tanika, right?
Tanika.
Tanika, child, make it close over. Tanika, 50. She works in finance, life insurance, Iowa. Mine of 3 by 2 men. Have you ever been married?
No, never been married.
Okay. What kind of man you looking for, girl?
Okay, so this is gonna be strange because I really came on here originally to try to find my mama partner, but she was like, I'm in a meeting. So I said, fine. I'm actually in a long distance relationship with somebody, but we are interested in bringing a third person on. So I would like to meet a young lady here in the Ankeny area. I knew you was gonna say that. I'm here in the Ankeny area. I do have permission from him. He's in Detroit. I'm in Iowa, but we've been friends for 5 years prior to me moving here, and we just continued our friendship, and that's my man.
So are y'all friends or are y'all relationship?
We're in a relationship. We're in a relationship.
So you're looking for a female to add into your relationship?
Yep.
I have said this, that more women have called for the poly experience than the men. Men have called, but it's always been more women. So how old you want this girl to be, child?
Anywhere between 40 and 55. He's a little younger than me. He's 46. And just be open. He is a practicing Hebrew Israelite, so she has to be understanding to that as well.
I'm here to tell you right now.
So what are some of the things that fall under that you have to understand?
She does have to understand that polyamorous does not necessarily mean threesomes all the time. It doesn't mean that we all just are intertwined all the time. She has to understand that he is very diligent and very disciplined. And so we want to just create an atmosphere and create a home where everything is a little bit more peaceful. I understand, like, as a brother, he's out there conquering the world as far as I'm concerned. So when he comes home, we just want it to be someplace where we can all just be good and be safe and be secure. He's very protective over me. So I just want somebody that can fit into that. Plus, because we're so long distance right now, I would like to get to know her first.
Remember that she said he's very protective over me. That's important.
And just see if, like, the vibes all match. You know what I'm saying? I don't want
So you want to vet her before you bring her to your man?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So let me ask you this. Can she sleep with your man without you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, child. Women don't care these days.
It's not about not caring. It's about...
Kendra. Now, this might be a poor example of a polyamorous relationship, but there are a lot of different relationship dynamics outside of monogamous relationship dynamics. Did you know that by nature, none of us are monogamous, really? We just do it. And even if it's in our best interest, which sometimes it is, it's not natural. Okay? even though some polyamorous people, they usually don't do it wrong, they stink the place up. It doesn't mean that like it isn't a real thing. You're actually more naturally a polyamorous person than you probably are. Well, maybe not so much women, because it's in you guys' favor to have your babies in the same place. But if you saw men's DNA under a microscope, it's telling us to impregnate everything around us. Even the crackhead junkie laying down over there by the garbage. It's like, God, like, she smells like piss and I still want to hit it. Bye. What's wrong with it? That's what it means to be a man. You women don't know anything about that. That's why, like, you hear about these anything outside of monogamy, just it warps a woman's brain. And a part of it is ego. You think you're all special. You think that, like, once a man gets your box and he tastes some of your sweet waters, that all of a sudden, like, he forgets that there's other waters out there and whatever. And that's just not how men are wired. It isn't. And this actually brings up another interesting point. A man's monogamy is worth almost 10 times that of a woman because of this. And I'm gonna break it down. The reason why a man's monogamy is more valuable is because he has more of a biological instinct to spread his around, where you have a it's in your biological favor to have your children in the same place, where that's not what his DNA tells him to do. His DNA tells him to have a baby there. So if you have a guy and he was even faithful to you for a year and you were faithful, don't act like it was the same. You live in saying no and turning guys down and whatever. If a guy turns down a beautiful woman who's got big titties and a fat ass at the mall for his girl, he goes home and he takes a cold shower. He almost has a nightmare about it, even though he was strong enough to do it. We're just not biologically wired to be in that position, to be like, no, thank you, nice piece of ass walking by. We're not in that. That's not how we operate, actually. And I get it, Kendra. You think you're gonna find a high value guy who's gonna be worth doubling what you're worth, which would probably close to $1 million, and he only wants to sleep with you. Good luck, Kendra. Good luck.
Just being in a space where he's allowed that freedom, and he's very much a provider and protector, and he earns a little bit of freedom. I'm not the type to where I'm like, you got to be up in my face. I may not want to be bothered for a couple hours, and it's not like I'm pressed about what he's doing when he's not around me. I'm not that pressed like that. So
let me ask you this.
Somebody's like, ew, Thon. Everybody's like, no, Thon's speaking for himself. I'm not sure if you guys have really studied these things. I'm not really talking about, this isn't a personal perspective. If the work's been done on this. I'm not sure if you guys have, I'm pretty sure you guys are familiar with a lot of Patrice O'Neal's stand-up comedy, a lot of the stuff that he did on Opie and Anthony. But a lot of his stuff that he did just talking about dating relationships was literally some of his best stuff. He talked in his really great stand-up special, Elephant in the Room. He actually talks about a case study that was done. See, the work has been done. There were a lot of men who also thought, no, that's not me. Hell no, that's I wouldn't sleep with the girl by the dumpster. Like, what are you talking about? They were like the men in the case study, they took hundreds of men, and the men were like, what are you talking about? And what they did was they hooked a bunch of men up to a lie detector test. It was a lot of men. And at first they did the women. They hooked the women up and they said, lie detector, heart rate. You can't beat this unless you're part of the SWAT. And they asked the ladies, they said, if you had a chance to sleep with Denzel Washington, George Clooney, Brad Pitt, your heartthrob, but your family was at risk. You risk losing your family, your husband, so on and so forth. Women said that they wouldn't do it, and they overwhelmingly passed, guys. Like, they passed with like flying colors. It was almost like 10 for 10 with the women, right? They did the same thing with the men. When they did the same thing with the men, I'm gonna say the case study wasn't so successful. They placed the men in front of the same scenario. They said your whole family is at risk, and except they did it a little bit different with the men. They said you You risk losing your family, your wife, your children, but not for your heartthrob, not for Holly Berry, not for like a gorgeous woman, a woman who would like really pull on you, for the dirty butt bitch laying down over there. Right? And what happened was men tried to be self-righteous. We tried to, because we thought we knew ourselves, because we thought we knew who we were. We all said, all the men in there, they said, man, hell no. They were like, that's not me. I wouldn't date that dirty bum. That's what they said to the lie detector test. But somewhere in the subconscious mind of the mind, the men felt so awful. It proved that on a subconscious level, men know that like we're damn near savage as hell about the booty. And you better believe some of the men in the case study, they were just as shocked. They were just as shocked at the findings. There's a great documentary called Science of Sex Appeal. Check it out. It talks about stuff like this often. It's good stuff. I'm not telling y'all to just go sleep with a crackhead. I promise all the stuff that I bring to you guys, I thoroughly researched. I swear. Fantasy Island Girl says that's gross. Well, in a sense, if you want to look at it that way, I guess it technically is, but it doesn't speak to what men will do at the end of the day. It doesn't mean that the man who you get with, he's just weak for every single woman. What it speaks to is our biological nature, not that we're going to pull the trigger on every dirty butt girl we want to sleep with. But I see why it's coming off that way. I do. I see why. That's why when I just came out with it like that, it needed conversation. Good stuff, guys. We don't usually get a lot of good side conversations. That was a good one, though. Somebody says, stop promoting free base booty. No, I'm not. That would be the last thing that we want to go viral. We got another one of these alpha males talking about now you can sleep with a crackhead. That's just what we need. It's just what we need. Okay, let's get back into it.
Do you date outside of him?
No, I don't have any interest in dating outside of him.
Okay. Okay. Will this woman move in with you, or would she have her own place?
Well, in the beginning, I would like for her to have her own place because I want her to be just as secure and add value to what we have going on. So I don't want her to come in like she's needy and needing to be taken care of. That's not the situation.
Okay, so let me ask this question. I was going to ask that next. So you said he provides for you. Is the goal he's going to provide for her too?
The goal is for him. The goal is for us to provide for each other. He, as the male, is a primary provider.
What the hell you mean?
But I don't expect for him to take care of either one of us. I expect all of us to be able to take care of each other, though.
What the hell is even that?
So okay, we're trying to get this. We're all trying to figure it out. We're all trying to figure it out. Right. So what is the benefits of the lady?
Again, just like marriage, a lot of times void of an example, you won't be able to do it right. A lot of Western people who have never seen an example of a polyamorous like situation, or in African cultures, this isn't like taboo at all. A lot of people's, they come from a family and there's like multiple mothers, especially if there's money in the family, right? In the West, we're not so conditioned for it. So even when we try to do it, it looks sloppy, right?
For me or for him?
No, for the lady you're asking. Like, what would be her benefit of joining into this with you two?
Well, first, a lot of honesty and understanding. A lot of transparency.
That's one of my favorite ones. I love
a lot of direct knowledge.
Yeah, I know
and understanding from the both of us.
Sounds like
a lot of security. Like I said, I'm a parent. My youngest is 11. So I don't want little kids around because I'm kind of up in age. But just a security blanket for her as well. I don't want her to be needy, like super needy, but I want her to understand that I'm here and he's here and we're here for a better purpose and a bigger purpose. And it's just to be secure, to have a good friendship, to have good relationships, to have just good interactions and peace.
Woo, woo. Okay, so what are some deal breakers? Did you already do that?
Deal breakers, somebody who's real promiscuous and who isn't disciplined, somebody who is selfish and jealous and doesn't really understand the dynamics of a polyamorous relationship, somebody who's not secure.
And let's pause it right there. The selfish and jealousness. People who are more conditioned to a polyamorous lifestyle, you don't see the jealousy and the envy and all the DV because a lot of people who are conditioned for monogamy, because they come from more of a monogamous background, their mother was monogamous, so with all the other people around them, the harder it is for people to cross over into these dynamics, which speaks to what I was just saying. Let's continue.
Or in themselves, because we don't want to add that insecurity to what we got going on. So those
Does she look a certain way?
She doesn't have to look a certain way. I've dropped like 20 pounds in the past few months, in the past year almost. And so I do want her to consider her physical health a big deal. For a long time I didn't, and I'm getting on that now. So she doesn't have to look a certain way. She just has to be in a certain space. Like, don't come over here if you're real insecure. Don't come over here if you can't have good female relationships without it being sexual, because it doesn't have to be sexual. But no, she doesn't have to necessarily look a certain way. I know that he doesn't like, well, I can't even say that he doesn't like heavy women. I know that he prefers a woman that's a little healthier. You know, good.
Wait, ma'am. We can't start getting to a point where we're calling what is certainly unhealthy healthy. Like, if you're overweight, you're overweight. Don't say that, oh, like that's healthy. See, this is how black women used to shame thin women back in the day, because they were fat as hell.
Bernie, that's a big bitch.
This is it was very cheap. They'd be like, you need to get some bones on you, girl. All I see is collarbone. All I see is blah, 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 blah. They're sitting there a land whale.
You get your big fat ass on somewhere then. I don't deal with you big sassy ass broads.
How are you gonna be fat then look at somebody who's thin and somebody who's closer to living a longer life than you, and then say you're unhealthy? What's happening in the black community where a large woman can be like, oh, I'm healthier? Interesting. Very interesting. I think it's one of those only things you can see in the black community. An overweight woman, and she's like, I'm actually healthy. Like, what do you mean? Intellect says, just getting in, don't know what I've missed, but it seems to be a Rukai of you be saying words, bro, that I cannot, like. That's how I know you way more educated than me. You be throwing stuff at me, man. Of a Singard, of Orc or Mordon, disgracing my screen, Smeagol looking for her precious. I do. Okay, Lord of the Rings reference. I'm late. It's Lord of the Ring reference. I got it. I ruined it. It would have been funnier if I could read. My bad. Appreciate your contribution, brother.
All right. Good testicles. You know what I'm saying? Gotta have some nice something to look at. Some eye candy, of course.
You said he has good testicles.
No, I said she has to have like good breasts. He's a breast man, so he likes good breasts.
She is shopping on our show for a woman for her man, child.
What's wrong?
Like, usually they're together. I think you're the first poly without the man, and literally just said she's looking for a girl with good breasts because that's what her man likes.
Yeah, he likes that.
So, this blows my mind because I can never do this. But I mean, at this moment, hosting the show for 5 years, I done heard it and seen it all. So there's no jealousy at all of him being with her. None of that bothers you.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
So I want you to respond to this because you seem very confident and direct in this stance. Whenever I have poly people on the show, they talk about the woman usually, and they say that this woman is desperate to keep him, and she's willing to tolerate anything in order to keep him. What do you say to that?
I'm not desperate to keep him. He's been here for 5 years. It's been me that's been stubborn for 5 years. He's been here for 5 years, and it's never been an issue for me to question him about where like I said, he lives in Michigan and I live here in Iowa. I moved here from Ohio, so we were a lot closer when we were 3 hours apart, but it's just never been a concern for either one of us. I've never been the type to be like,
that's right, you guys, so how far are you? You're 3 hours apart now?
No, when I was in Ohio, we were 3 hours apart, but now we're 10 hours apart. So we haven't seen each other as much. Like we haven't physically seen each other in 2 years, but we talk every day. We FaceTime every day.
Wait, hold on. Okay. Hold the hell up.
So I've been in Iowa.
Pause. Okay. Tamika, right?
Tanika.
Mm-hmm. You haven't seen this man in 2 years?
Yeah, because it's been a little over a year. I moved here to Iowa in 2023, and we haven't traveled back and forth. I've been back and forth to Ohio, but we haven't traveled back and forth in the time that I've been here. Yeah.
What the hell you mean, we? Get that we shit.
It's a long distance relationship. I started off in saying
Why haven't y'all seen each other in over almost 2 years?
In almost 2 years, because I moved here to Iowa. I was 10 hours away driving. Listen. I know. I have taken the time out to go back home to Ohio because I have, take my kids to visit their father and things like that.
Man, girl. That's not your man. That's not
at all. Not at all. Intellect says, I have got to see the King Kong, she claims. Much love, Intellect. Thanks. We're about to see. Watch this.
Man, I'm not your man. It's not you.
Much love, bro.
It's not your man. Wake up. Wake up. Wake the hell up. This is not your nigga. Okay, he's not.
I am fine in our relationship.
This ain't no relationship. This is pen pal. This is email. This is an Instagram DM. There's people in Instagram comment sections that got a deeper relationship than you.
Okay, let me explain something. He has wanted to come to Iowa. I do not like the racial climate here in Iowa. My man is a Hebrew Israelite, and I do not want him to come here.
I'm here to tell you right now.
And so we have. We're comfortable where we are. We're comfortable how we are.
You're comfortable with the idea that you have a man. You're literally so the girl this threesome girl, is she gonna live where you live or live where he lives?
Well, I would vet her from here, but even if she lived in like Des Moines, because I'm right outside of Des Moines.
Let me ask you this: when do y'all plan on seeing each other in person?
Now that I have to say it on TV, I am going to visit him soon because I have vacation time coming up. Probably within the next 2 months or so. I'm not pressed.
What makes this man your man that you have not physically touched in 2 years? Like, to me, this is delusion. So I need to understand how you literally feel like this is your man.
Okay, so our relationship is everything except sexual. And it was very... No. He lives in Detroit. He's an engineer. He's a double degree person.
So there's no reason... Okay, so I'm sorry to keep cutting you off, but you cannot justify why y'all haven't seen each other in person. Like, that just does not make any sense.
It has been on me to not go to where he is because normally he'll come to Ohio. Normally I'll go to Detroit. Since I moved here to Iowa, it wasn't a priority for me to actually go and see him in Detroit because most of my traveling, I'm taking my children to and from Ohio. And so it just isn't a priority for us to have to be involved. I'm okay being celibate. I'm okay with the way my path is going. So it's okay for us. Now, if I was in a place where I'm like, no, I need to see him right now, then I'll go to him. If he was in a place, and like I said, he's tried to tell me plenty of times, I'm coming here. And I'm like, no, I don't want you here. This place is not safe for Black men. It's the 98% state. I don't want that worry. Like, I just sent my 27-year-old from Iowa back to Columbus. I just don't want that worry. I know that he's a very stern, very outwardly spoken Hebrew Israelite. This ain't the place for him.
Listen, you know what? Here's the deal. Maybe you don't know it. We free. We not slaves no more. So there's other cities on the planet Like if you feel this way, you're not like if you
Listen,
feel hold on.
I am already in the process of leaving
girl, we
here.
not slaves no more. There ain't no master. We don't gotta run away. We can walk outside in public. You can go to a different city and say we's the free.
Let me explain something. I only moved here temporarily to get a better environment for my kids, okay?
Well, no, but the point of the matter is you said you haven't seen each other because you don't want them to come here. Girl, y'all can meet somewhere else.
And we are, and we will, but it just hasn't been a priority for us because my traveling right now and my finances for my traveling is to take my children to and from where their father is so that they can spend summers and things like that. So it just hasn't been.
Oh my goodness, there are children involved with this. I forgot. Poor kids. Shouts out to you guys, wherever you are. Intellect says she ain't trolling. She actually is a troll. Now she's looking like she can smell what the rock is cooking. Hebrew Israelite. Oh, this is next level crazy. Yeah, it's them Hebrew Israelites. They be spinning you black women in a circle. By the time they done with y'all be selling them pamphlets and shit. All right, let's get back into it.
Been a priority of us. It's not something that, like, yes, we would love to see each other more often. We talk about it all the time.
Maybe just once.
We talk about it all the time, but it's not something that is like right now, I'm in the process of getting my job and transferring back to Ohio. And I know at that time it's gonna be on and popping. I don't have no problem.
So real quick, you consider this man to be your man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you said he's a provider, so he sends you money?
He sends me money if I need it, but I provide for myself. But if I need some money,
does he send you money?
Whenever I ask him.
How often do you ask?
Jacob said game.
I don't ask him a lot.
Okay, so you don't send you money often because you don't ask.
He doesn't. He doesn't have to though. I don't. He sends me money when I need.
The only reason I brought up that because you
can't tell her
earlier,
anything, man.
He was a good provider.
Here.
Yeah. Meaning that. If there's something
that when you call, he answer the phone, or meaning like if you text him, he'll text you back.
Even when we're in, mind you, we've only not been in the same space for this past year. I've been here in Iowa.
You told me so. Each other
since 2025.
Okay, today is February 2025. When's the last time you saw him in person?
Was in 2023. Was in June of 2023 when I moved here.
Squared Away says, whatever she's on, I need some of that. Yeah, she tripping. She hasn't even seen this dude. I'm trying to figure out like what he does. What is he doing? What's he saying to her to have this kind of hold on?
And you consider this your boyfriend?
Yeah, I absolutely do. Yes, ma'am.
What the hell you mean?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, I do. To the point where I don't put myself out there for other men because there's not another man the friendship that we build, the relationship that we build, I'm good with.
Because like a man that you can touch would not be better than this, of course.
All right, Cash App, stop the show. Jeffrey says, I got 5 on it. The Kendra vids are top tier. Yeah, much love, man. I appreciate it. Limit the ARR for that comment. Yeah, a lot of people who, we had a really good, successful reaction yesterday without Kendra G's show. We do great numbers without Kendra G's show. That wasn't the only show that we've done yesterday that's done the same numbers that we do when we react to Kendra, and sometimes even more depending on who we react to. Sometimes we do better with Ashley Dalton when it comes from just like an algorithm standpoint. But the people demand for me to react to Kendra. It's become a demand. First, it was just something we were doing. Then it got to a point where no matter what I did, people were just like, hey, man, we need you over at Kendra G's show. And then it did start to accumulate and become an algorithm thing. So again, the people call for us to react to Kendra G's show. Like, we do it because it's in high demand. Like, the people, that's what people want. We had a really good run with short form content the last couple of months. And all throughout the comment section, everybody's like, oh, this is an amazing video, Thon, but when are you going to go live and like react to Kendra? It's crazy stuff going on over there. It's like, and by the time it got overwhelming, we just came back to give the people what they wanted, to be honest. So again, I'm glad you guys are enjoying the content. That's what it's all about.
A man that I could touch would be better, but that's the man that I want to touch. That's the man that I want to touch. I'm not sure like
so you're saying that for the last 2 years almost you haven't been able to afford to see each other.
We can afford to see each other. It just hasn't been my priority.
You play too much.
Okay, so let me explain.
I want to respect
we
you,
met back
but
in
I can't.
2020. We became friends first. The relationship got sexual. We met up. I go to Detroit. He comes to Columbus, and we're fine.
Yes, I'm very serious.
When I moved here and isolated myself from everything because I was in a new environment. I needed to focus on my kids and things like that. So we just kept.
Eminem says he don't want her. Buddy got 2 amps. He said Buddy got 2 phones like Kevin Gates. He don't want her. Buddy don't want her. Yeah, I mean, we know she just can't see it for some reason.
In touch over the phone. It wasn't like, oh, you my man, my man, my man. It wasn't like that when I first moved here. But as we continue to have our friendship, as we continue to grow during this year that I've been here, and I haven't been perfect. I slept with my baby's dad back in August. When I went home, it was a slip up, and we got through that. And we understand that. So it's not like I'm
This is so shameful, black women. You guys are a little bit too. Let me tell you why you guys should be less forthcoming about admitting that you can go back and give your body to the father of your child after you already decided you didn't want to start a family with him. And the older that your children see you doing stuff like this, the more disrespectful it is to their life. You ladies might be slow to realizing that men don't want to grow up without their fathers, but it's true. We don't want to grow up without our fathers. And we realize that you guys have the strength and the unmitigated gall to leave our fathers and leave us out here by ourselves to fend for ourselves. Just to find out that you can go back to get your little cootie scratched by him every single. Why couldn't you have just made it work out so we could all stay together as a family if you go get your little cootie scratched? But oh yeah, black men don't get to press their black mothers because dear mama or some shit. I'm not cut from that. I'm not cut from that weak shit. Where like black women get to just tar up your life and then you don't say anything at the back end because that's your mama. That we're black people, we're literally sinking under that logic. Well, that's my mama, even if she's stealing from you. Well, that's my mama, even if she disrespects you and the person who you brought home, who you have to start a new life with. But that's my mama. When are we gonna stop just like letting black women get away with murder? I think she said she had old sons. If you guys are tuning into this, I want you guys to see that she didn't even want to put the intellectual fortitude in the willingness and the discipline and the stand with your father, but she can find him whenever she needs her cootie scratched. Take it personal. You should. She's disrespecting your life. Take it personal. So many black women are doing this. Then y'all think that, oh, well, I'm just gonna go back to my baby daddy. That's not that, so that I don't get another body. That is so stupid. You're dumb. You're dumb. You're stupid for thinking that that's how it works. You're dumb. You're loose. And you're so tingle driven, for lack of a better phrase, that it doesn't even really matter what kind of guy you have in your company. You don't like, even if it's a failed situation, you just got to go get sex from that place. It's so low in the face of your children not even being able to have their father, but you can go back to their father to sleep with them. Sad, 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 sad.
Denying myself necessarily. It's just that I know I'm good with celibacy in my life because it was already there in place before we decided to make it something serious. Now that we've made it something serious, I'm enjoying the path that this is going. I'm going to be back in his face and he's going to be back in my face because I'm preparing now to leave Iowa because I'm not happy here. I'm not happy without him. So I'm preparing now to leave Iowa within the next 6 months, and we'll be back together in each other's presence all the time. And so we look forward to that. But it's not like, I don't feel like the only thing that's missing from this whole thing is the component of sex. That's the only thing that's missing. I'm 50 years old.
Hold on. No. There's so much more to a relationship.
Hold on, what's she saying?
I'm enjoying the path that this is going. I'm gonna be back in his face, and he's gonna be back in my face because I'm preparing now to leave Iowa because I'm not happy here. I'm not happy without him. So I'm preparing now to leave Iowa within the next 6 months, and we'll be back together in each other's presence all the time. And so we look forward to that. But it's not like I don't feel like the only thing that's missing from this whole thing is the component of sex. That's the only thing that's missing. I'm 50 years old.
Okay, hold on. No.
Ma'am, there's far more missing than that. There's far more missing than that. Like, you know what else is missing? Honesty. Like, he's not being honest with you, so that's what's missing. If you think that men who are doing well, who have money, you said he had all these things going on. If you think he sat around for 2 years and didn't sleep with anybody or didn't deal with other women because, you know, he's just waiting on you down in Iowa. Ma'am, come on. Come on. You are a stepping stone at best. You're something that he keeps pending to where maybe if he's in your area, he might come squat where you're at for a little while and then go back to where his life really matters. I'm going to tell you guys where this type of mentality comes from. It comes from, believe it or not, it comes from our weight issue in the Black community with our women, and I'm going to explain why. Overweight women in the Black community, they're the farthest from realizing that that's a disadvantage. And because of that, because they're the slowest to realizing that that's a disadvantage to them in the dating market, they normalize things that shouldn't be normalized. They see the men that they get involved with and the agreements that they accept, and they see it as normal because they haven't had a lot of normal agreements in general. Everything that they do is flaky because all the guys who are trying to date them are scamming or looking for a come up or looking for somewhere to hook up their PS5. So by the time they're like getting it, by the time they're warmed up dating, they don't perceive a normal everyday lie and everyday men bullshit like women who know the game and have options. They just haven't learned to normalize things that on some level don't even make sense. That's why you see way more overweight women waiting for men to come out of jail. Or like when you see women getting scammed around taxis, and it's usually your heavier women, stuff like that. And the reason why you would say, well, why are they so stupid to let those guys in? Well, they're not really in a position to be able to date better men. They won't say that out loud. But their reality has shown them that they're only going to deal with men who sort of want something. So they might even lead with like giving a lot in the beginning because that's how they've kept guys in the past. Where this comes from is just being overweight and staying there and then thinking that it's normal and then accepting the fraudulent dating options that are available to you, and they are fraudulent, and you sort of deserve them because you're fraudulent as well. You want a man, but you're not focused on the things that men want. So you're sort of a fraud also, because if you disregard fitness and say you want a man, that's hypocritical all in itself, just based off of everything we've ever known about how men are. Let's continue.
There's so much more to a relationship, a partnership. Like if you go to the hospital, he's not there.
And so experiencing those type of things is what's giving me the awakening that I'm like, you know what? I'm done with Iowa. I'm good. My 18-year-old is about to graduate. I really wanted to get him focused and out of high school. And so now, in the past month, I've been in preparations of going ahead and moving back, either to Detroit directly or back to Ohio. So it's
Now, Fantasy Island Girl put up something that I think adds something to the conversation because I think it's another layer. She says, you have to do more when you're very unattractive. That's the perception. It's like you're right, but the origin of like what happens is different. Like, it isn't that they have to do more. It's that they realize that the guys that they're with have their hand out. That's where it started. The first couple of guys who they dated and they thought that it was going to be normal, like what pretty girls get to deal with, and they realize he's there for like security. All of a sudden, he's moving his stuff in piece by piece, and she's starting to like calculate it like, This doesn't happen to my friends who are like baddies. They don't date guys, and the next thing you know, they're like, they didn't even ask to move in. They just live here now.
Got some paid questions, honey.
Okay.
Katrina said, so I'm curious, a man you know for 2 years, and you said it's your
For
fault
5 years. For 5 years. We've been friends before we were friends first, and that was in 2000 that we met.
Like they don't have to do more, but
so a man you know for 5 years, but she says 2 years, and you said it's your fault because you haven't made him a priority. So you have been wasting time. So if you're not making him a priority, would you have an issue with another woman making him a priority? Katrina, she up here to find him a woman. So that part.
No, I wouldn't have another problem with a woman making him a priority. He is a man, and there are needs that he does have in person in his life right now. So I'm not pressed about
before I don't know. Listen, I don't know. Listen.
I'm not let me answer her question. I'm not pressed about another woman making him a priority because he constantly makes me a priority. So I'm not worried about that. I know where that
man that hasn't seen you in a year and a half make you a priority.
I don't. She. How you gonna fan Kendra off? I don't want to explain how him not seeing me in 2 years, how he couldn't make me a priority. Of course you don't want to explain, man, because it doesn't make any damn sense. That's why. Of course you don't want to explain because you sound ridiculous. And excuse Kendra for trying to help. As delusional as she may be, she's trying to help you, and you're like, why are you trying to help me not be delusional? Like, I'm good over here. You're not good. That's why she's pressing you.
Because of our relationship. The literal only component to this relationship that is missing. Because we talk so much, we learn so much. I learn from him. I teach him so much. He softens me.
Everyone says he's in prison.
No. Go tell your brother bring me his phone. I called him earlier to tell him that I was doing this, and he was like, "Babe, are you serious?" But no, he's not in prison. He lives in Detroit. Like I said,
hold on. I'm gonna get to these questions. Okay, are you currently his only girlfriend? Does he currently, is he okay with you being involved with other men, women, if not? So yeah, does he currently have other girlfriends? I say yes to that, but what's the answer?
I would say yes to that. We don't talk about that because that's not a priority of us. When we spend time together,
you are really
I don't spend time with him, asking him about what he's doing outside.
I don't spend time together. You just told me y'all ain't seen him almost 2 years.
That's physically, but we're on the phone a lot. We FaceTime all the time.
Okay.
He does classes.
Would he be okay? Would he be okay with you being involved in another man?
I don't know because it's not my interest. It's not honestly hasn't been my interest to be involved in other men. I got on your app before I reconnected with him recently.
Okay, so y'all haven't been in a relationship for 2 years then, because my app just came out not even a year ago.
Yeah, when I got on your app when your app first came out, and I looked for people in my area, in the area of Ankeny.
So in that moment, were y'all in a relationship?
No, we were not in a relationship.
So Tanika, here's the deal. You're confusing the hell out of us. You just said that. Hold on, don't cut me off because you keep doing that, and that's how we getting confused. So now we gotta get this story straight. So now you're telling me you said at one point in time y'all been in this relationship for almost 2 years. You haven't seen them since 2023. We're in 2025. But then you said you got on my app. My app came out in the duration of this 2 years. So it's impossible for y'all to have been together for 2 years. So which one is the story?
Okay, so let me explain. We met in 2020 and we became friends and we became sexually active. As a Hebrew Israelite, he does feel like, okay, you're my priority because I'm having sex with you at that time. I, again, moved here to Iowa in 2023. So given that I put more distance between us, it wasn't to me like, oh, yes, we're in a relationship. We're in a relationship.
Okay,
so I had a lot of freedom.
That wasn't, okay, so now we're getting somewhere.
So now you're literally like, so you aren't in a relationship? What is it? Like, are you in a relationship or are you not in a relationship with this man? Because if you're nothing to him, then you're as ridiculous as Kendra has been trying to explain. And if by the time she's gotten your wheels turning and you just arrive at, you know what, we're probably not together, that means, ma'am, again, like we were talking about earlier, a lot of times overweight black women, the ones that have gotten really comfortable and don't think that they have to change, they don't even know what's normal anymore. They're just accepting like agreements that don't even make sense. It's terrible. It's terrible, and I'm seeing it all the time. I'm seeing it all the time. I'm seeing like overweight women who are dealing with men who are in jail and so on and so forth. And men, and to think that for 2 years, men aren't thinking about the thing that we're thinking about.
See, that's what I'm talking. Vagina. Give me some of that vagina.
You know what we're thinking about. So again, a man who can be away from you for 2 years, so on and so forth. A part of the way it isn't the way that we bond, but a lot of the times that's our incentive. That's our biological incentive more than women. Like, you guys have other incentives so many other incentives outside of the sexual aspect. That's why you call us superficial for being so sexually driven. It's because you can see so many other incentives and things around. Where men, you guys can be fit, you can, be good in bed, you can be fertile, you can be cooperative. That's what you can do. That's all we need from you, basically, in so many words. There's some other things, but generally speaking, that covers it. All right, let's get back into it.
Story.
Okay.
When do you consider how long y'all been in a relationship?
See, that's the thing. I consider our relationship at the start of it in 2020. Have we had separation?
So hold on,
have we had separation between them? Absolutely.
Tanika, you don't have to give a lot of explanation. Just answer the question. When did y'all relationship begin? So
2020.
Okay, so you feel as though y'all been in a relationship since 2020?
Yeah.
Okay,
absolutely.
So why you just told me you was on my app and y'all wasn't in a relationship when you was on my app, and that was last year?
Because I put distance between us by moving here to Iowa, and so I was looking around to see if maybe there was something else out there for me.
Okay,
and so
then it's not true that y'all been in a relationship since 2020.
You're asking me two different things. You said when do I feel like we started a relationship? Yes, I consider that.
When did y'all relationship end?
It didn't end. We just took breaks because I moved 10 hours away. So it never ended.
Because I'm trying to follow along what you said. So last year when you got on my app, was you single or was you in a relationship?
I consider myself single at that time, but I was still dealing with him. I was still dealing with him, talking to him and everything.
So you haven't. So if you considered yourself single last year, then you don't consider yourself in a relationship since 2020. Both things can't add up, honey.
Oh.
Yes, because you said, when did I start my relationship with him? And now have we had breaks? Have we had breaks?
No, you can't. So you told me. So you were single last year when my app came out. When did y'all get back into a relationship?
Around October of last year is when we got back good. Around October of last year. But I don't feel like our relationship started October of last year, because even though I was out here by myself and like I said, I put this distance between us by moving out here, I still always had an affinity for him. I still always had a love for him. He still always called and checked up on me. We were friends throughout this entire time. But there was a time and a period that, yeah, I did slip up with my baby dad because I was moving around out here like I was single. But I don't consider that break like definite from him, because it was never definite from him. We always pick up exactly where we left off, and that's fine for me.
Ma'am, that's not how polyamorous relationships work. It's not how they work. People are requesting the Kendra cam. That means they're basically done with you, and I don't blame them. You're very, 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 very tiring to listen to. Like, watch you go in this circle, watch you be in denial, watch you deny what's right there in your face. That stuff gets tiring after a while. People just don't want to watch.
Next
Listen.
caller.
All right, let's get the Kendra cam out of the way.
Is he on the phone? He's on the FaceTime? I want to talk
Hold
to him.
on.
He's on the FaceTime. Oh, snap.
He's got my son is calling him from his phone, not from my phone. So hold on one second.
Oh, no. I didn't even know that this was
meet him on
happening.
FaceTime.
I had no idea this was going to happen. By this time, I had
I knew
checked
that
out.
this was gonna cause a ruckus, but it really isn't as complicated as people want to make it be. It really isn't.
Bet
I'll
she
be back in
cashing.
Columbus. We'll be back and forth from Detroit to Columbus, and it's really not as.
Well, your story changed a couple times, so that's what got it. That's what made it.
It's not that it changed. I maybe wasn't as clear as I should have been as far as the timeline.
No, it changed
but it didn't change.
It did change.
Ma'am, it certainly changed. Like, it changed. Why are you acting like it didn't change? And I've seen people do this to me. Like, I stopped debating with people who did this. Like, you know, you're debating with somebody, you start kicking their ass in the debate, then all of a sudden they act like that wasn't the point that they were trying to make. I just stopped debating people who do that because it's just like, what's wrong with you? You're mentally ill or something? You're losing an argument, so you just act like you weren't arguing the original point you were arguing. Like, I just forgot like that. Like, what's the matter with you? Sad work. Denial. This is what denial looks like up close. It certainly is what denial looks like up close. Now, time to move on to the feature presentation.
Baby.
I'm nervous now. Rochelle.
Okay. All right, Rochelle.
Yeah.
Rochelle, where you calling from?
The all-new Kendra G Singles dating app is available now on iPhones and Android phones. Just go to your App Store or Google Play Store and download now.
Okay, you look cute.
Connecticut.
Connecticut in the building. Okay. See,
Yes.
Bridgeport. I grew up in Waterbury, Connecticut.
Yes.
Okay. Bridgeport, Connecticut. I used to go to Bridgeport all the time, actually.
I'm here to tell you right
Okay.
Okay.
We don't care.
All right, let's get to it. How old are you, babe?
I'm 46.
Oh wow, I thought you look younger.
I get that a lot. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, you look younger. How what do you do for a living?
I'm a cosmetologist and I'm in nurse school.
That's why you look younger, because you're a cosmetologist.
Yeah.
You know how to take care of your skin and all that stuff.
Yes.
And you're in nursing school?
Yes. Let me go.
Okay. Do you have any kids?
I have one. She's 27.
27. Okay. You ever been married?
Yes, I got divorced August 2023.
Okay. And you situated? You still
She
moving?
wasn't the feature intellect.
Oh wait, hold up. I was eating. I had cooked, so yeah.
Yeah, she definitely got them
Sorry,
crazy
hold up.
eyes.
Let me bring my laptop because I was watching.
They want to know, what is your ethnicity?
Jamaican American.
She looks great for 46.
Jamaican.
She looks good.
So
There are a
I
lot of
cook all
women
that
aging
good
well,
stuff.
middle-aged.
Okay.
46 in nursing
Yeah,
school.
hold up.
right?
I'm sorry.
Exactly.
Let me go in here.
We have some people already seeing some of the red flags. She's a 46-year-old. We already have almost a no nurse unless you work in the hospital with her. There's like nurses are these women are hard to date. They're hard to be married to, and they're certainly hard to date. Guys got to be careful with these nurses. These nurse women, they're different. They don't have a lot of time to give you. That's the truth. All she's in school to do is to be gone for 80, somewhere to 60 to 80 hours a week. And a lot of times they love it, but that's not the point. You're away from home. You can't be valuable to your own. Even your dog doesn't like you. Dog's like, I could have stayed at the shelter, like, at least at the meal there was somebody there to yell at me. Like, I don't even like this is BS. But I'm not saying that all nurses are unmarriageable. It's just I've seen some marriages work. I talk about one of my friends who I came up with. She married a guy who was in the hospital. They have like a good marriage. They're having beautiful kids. It's awesome. But they both work in the hospital, right? They both work in the hospital. Much love. squared away. He says she needs to bring her daughter on. No diddy. I mean, I think her kids are older, so that's like not even, I don't think that's inappropriate because her kids are older.
We got a lot going on, Rochelle, boo.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna eat some popcorn.
Okay.
Ugh, Kendra. I'm gonna eat some popcorn. You're always ordering food. Kendra, do you ever cook? Like ever? Like at any, like have you ever cooked? I'm not saying like do you cook? I'm saying like have you ever? Because I don't know. I don't think you have. Hey, every time you're on the show, you're like, leave my food at the door. I don't know. I don't think you cook. That's all. I don't think you cook. And I don't know. Probably makes sense why the Nigerian left you, because they like food, they like to eat. They realize you're not gonna cook. You're just gonna be on YouTube all day. They're like, man, I'm out of here. I'm out this month. I'm out this month. We'd help you with your dating and relationship injury. If you weren't such a bad sport about everything, we'd help you. Kenneth says, thank you, brother, for the content. Much love, man. Thank you. Thank you for supporting. I appreciate that, 5. We have $40. We almost halfway to go. We're at that point where I can make decent money and get a justifiable day off. Trying to add a meme in, but it's my this thing isn't doing what I want it to do. Okay, let's go ahead and get back into it.
I'm good.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. We got Rochelle, Connecticut. What's your zodiac sign?
Leo.
Rochelle, Connecticut, my hometown state. I know everybody thinks I'm from Chicago, but I was actually born and raised in Connecticut. 46, Leo, cosmetologist, also in school for nursing. Mom to a 27-year-old, was once married, got divorced in 2023. What kind of man? 2023, right?
Yes.
What kind of man you looking for, honey?
I'm looking for a responsible man. I'm looking for a man that has a personal relationship with God. I'm looking for a man that is intentional, knows how to communicate, honest, trustworthy, a provider, a family man that's looking for marriage, and he's kind.
Oh, you got a list.
Yes, I do.
Okay. What are your deal breakers?
My deal breaker is someone that is unsure of himself, someone that does not want to be married, someone that is not honest, that lack empathy and morals and values. That's it.
Okay. Should he make a certain amount of money?
I don't like to assume to know that I see crazy in a woman, but there is something about the look in this woman's eyes that's somewhat unsettling. Like I just feel like men who are with her, they aren't safe. They aren't safe while they sleep. But I don't know. That could just be me. I'm just
just enough money for himself. And if we get serious, then he can help me out. But I am looking for a provider when we get serious.
Well, break down what provider means to you.
Okay, now she says she's looking for a provider when she gets serious. The reason why I wanted to use her as a presentation is because this is something that we're hearing a lot, and not just from women like her. I don't consider her a black woman, but I consider her part of the urban community. You just can tell when you just by the demeanor, a lot of these women, if they're getting a lot of their viewpoints from the inner city and women who are black, right? And that's why I address it all the same. Saying that you're looking for a provider that's not going to guarantee get your bills paid, ladies, is just not. The game is still how it always is. You have to work to be valuable enough for a man to want to do that. It isn't that you're dating, that you're putting the wrong signal out and you're attracting the wrong guy. No. It's that the provider men, they don't see you. That's the problem. And it's probably because their day to see you was like 20 years ago. And you're out here at 46 trying to be seen with babies. You're in the worst position ever to be trying to like get cuffed down.
It is like, okay, he will be taking care of the home, and I'll probably take care of a bill
or maybe a
or
knife.
two. And he provide a safe place for me, you know. He provide me with, like, you know, I like to cater, so I will want him to adore me.
What?
So with that, it will come with respect. It comes with a lot of things.
You want a man to adore you? I don't really know what that means. Let's just continue.
Okay. So, because the money part is what they going to talk about, child. So basically, like, so is the case where you move in with him, he moves in with you, or you get your own home together?
We're going to get our own home together. And, you know, some people, they need to stop looking at it as just a money thing. A provider is much deeper than that.
No, a provider is just a provider. See, I can't stand this stuff either. You guys act like you're not saying what you're actually saying. And you are saying that you want a provider. So it is what it is. But one thing that like a lot of women need to be doing, especially when I see my BWs doing this, you need to know how much. You need to know like what amount of money you're looking for. You always just like, black women, this is how you guys are playing it. Black women and urban women, not just black women, but women from the urban community. How you guys are playing it is I don't really know exactly what amount of money to ask a potential suitor. I don't even really know how much I'm worth. So I just keep it vague because I don't want to do any research. So I just say, I'm looking for a provider and just hope that a guy will come in and fill it in and just he'll automatically just maybe by chance he'll be exactly what you're looking for. It's not wise. That's why when you all say, it just as long as he can take care of himself, Kendra, it doesn't matter how much money he makes. I know that you guys aren't thinking this through. You aren't trying to figure out what your dating market value is. That's why when we open up the call lines and we do ranking shows, those aren't to just embarrass you women like, you're not really a 10. That's what goes viral. But if you guys need help with understanding what your value is in relative to what you can ask for in a potential suitor, you women are failing at this miserably. Even educated women don't know how to do this. Even women who have PhDs usually are very far from understanding where they rank in relative to other women in the dating market. You all are calling yourselves 10s. Or you all say, you're a 10 if you feel like it. Well, hell, men aren't millionaires if they feel like it. So that doesn't even really matter. Because if we could do that for what makes us valuable in the dating market, this all would be a fairy tale land of magic. But it isn't. This is the real world. This is the dating market. It is what it is. Let's get back into it.
No, this is true. I agree with that. But in the money conversation, are you saying he has to pay the full rent, the full mortgage?
When we get there, if we get to a serious relationship going into a marriage, yes, but I don't have any problem with, you know, if he falls short, I could pick up. Yeah. I'm not going to be the person that's not going to, you know, see my man struggle.
Okay. No. Fair enough. And that was when I asked you that he had to make a certain amount of money. I'm trying to figure out what question I'm on. Did I ask you that question? That's the question I just asked you, right? Okay.
Yeah, and then you asked me the deal breaker, and then
okay. Did I ask you if you gotta look a certain way already?
No, you didn't. I got that written down too. Hold on. Look a certain way. I said I would like to.
Janisa came through and dropped 10. She says, these women are pathetic. Yeah. Much love. Thank you. That moves us to 50. Halfway to go. Appreciate you. Thank you very much, Janisa.
Man that is well groomed.
Black women support this show.
Know how to dress. And if he doesn't know how to dress, we could work on that.
Okay. Do you want to share why you got a divorce? You don't have to if you don't want to.
He was unfaithful. And then last year I found out he had a baby. So she got pregnant while he was with me. We saw each other, and she was like, I'm glad that he told me about. She knew about me. Yeah. So she was a side chick that stepped up, but she's getting cheated on now. So it is what it is.
They say the way you get them is the way you lose them.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
So good luck to her and him.
I will say this. I mean, sometimes, yes, men are lying to everyone, lying to the wife, lying to the side chick. But there's a lot of times the woman does know about the wife, and we don't talk about that enough. We don't talk about women who deal with men knowing they have girlfriends or fiancés or wives. But that's a whole nother conversation.
Actually, Kendra, we do have conversations about them. They're called options. We've been having the conversations about them. You just don't care. You always say, man, don't get to exercise them. Well, if you have to exercise your options, then you're not for me. We're talking about those women. Like, there are plenty of women who are perfectly okay with having a part of a man if they can't have whole. Just because you're not and you're standing on business and you popping your hip out and whatever the case may be, doesn't mean that there aren't plenty of women who wouldn't okay being a side to the right guy. Or like they only get to see a guy who they really like want to mess with only a couple times out of the year, and they let the other woman deal with him all year long. There are plenty of women like this, and they all aren't sneaking around. Some of them are just cool. They're just like, yeah, I'll play my position. I don't even try to make myself be seen to her. I'm not trying to mess up my trips. Yeah, it's like that. That's how valuable some men are. They get to have you, and they get to have that girl over there, and she'll shut up so that she don't mess up her spot. She's not disrespecting herself. She knows what she did. She knows what she did when she signed up. You women are just in judgment because you guys want valuable men to be rare but not act like it. You want them to be rare so you can say, look at my rare man, look. But then you want him to be like, but he only wants me. Stop it. It's not happening. That's not how it's been historically. Even Beyonce had to come to the swift realization that you can, all you fucking want and all that bad bitch stuff. It's her internet. Nope, she got a hit. She had to deal with options like every other woman. Nobody cares, Beyonce. You made the Lemonade album just to stay. Where you going? Nowhere. Again, so I mean, we see this all the time.
Right. Okay, so then we already kind of got to the money, but is there a dollar amount he should make?
I don't want to put a price tag on it. I don't want to short myself. I don't want to less. I want a guy that has money management. And then if he could have time for me, you know, there's guys that could work at FedEx, retired and working at FedEx. And then, you know, on the weekend, he could put a grill on and we could be eating or we could fly somewhere. So I can't put money on it.
Okay. Let's do the Kendra Cam, Rochelle.
Okay, hold on. How am I going to do this? Sure. Hold this like this. Or like that.
Let me see this outfit, girl. Okay. We see you, Rochelle, girl. Woo!
Yeah.
Woo! We gonna do the model rock poses. We gonna do the outfit, girl. Okay. We see you, Rochelle, girl. Woo!
Yeah.
Woo! We gonna do the model rock poses.
I look hot. Oh, thanks.
Rochelle, when was your last relationship?
My ex-husband.
You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
My ex-husband.
So 2 years ago?
Yes.
How many years were you guys married for?
6.
Okay. 3 flaws you have to work on.
I don't think I did. I put flaws.
You had everything written down, but what was wrong with you? Jacob says average body, basically. Yeah, pretty normal, everyday, standard body. And you know, you're looking for a guy who wants to now provide for a woman who's far into her past. You have an illegitimate child. Probably far less likely to get on this page than you ever have been. And you're pretty basic. You're just a normal everyday girl. Nothing really standing out about you. It isn't that you're hideous or anything like that. I'm not trying to insult you. You're not hideous. There's There's nothing really special about you. You're just pretty everyday standard. Just pretty everyday girl. And I say that to say, you probably have more reason to be humble than the next woman in the dating market. You probably shouldn't be leading with this provider male guy. You'd be lucky if you got a man in general, man. You'd be lucky if a man just wants to be near you and wants to deal with you at where you are. That's the truth. A lot of you women, and it's not just you, it's a lot of women in the dating market. A lot of women in the dating market. A lot of you women in the dating market, you don't quite understand how all this works. You don't understand that there will come a point in time where what you could ask for before you had children and before you passed a certain threshold of age, that there are certain things you could ask for then that you can't ask for once you pass a certain threshold of age, children. Now those standards change. Kendra always talks about all of the engagement she's had. Haven't you noticed there hasn't really been any since she's crossed a certain age threshold? The engagements that Kendra G brags about, they're from like her college days, HBCU days, the days where you're supposed to be securing marriage, like Mr. Samuel said. And now she's not. You can already tell no matter what Kendra G says about not being a leftover woman. I bet you she'll admit that her options before she was the age of 35 and below were different than her options now that she's above that age, which speaks to that very point. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. We're here at the end. What a great show we had. Whoa, somebody came through with a huge, man, we had some people come through here at the end. Latino Trauma Surge says, French toast your day off. That's right. Usually we take Sunday off and then we come back Monday, but to be honest, I'm feeling so good. We might come back Sunday. I might look for something to do just for Sunday. And if I do come back for Sunday, that won't count as a sponsored show. I'll just be coming back to give you guys extra work. You guys sponsored Monday. You guys know we don't work on Sundays. You guys sponsored Monday. So, but we actually might come through and do something tomorrow. I'm trying to come up with something creative for you guys. We kind of wanted to make that an open day. Some people want me to talk about hip hop. Some people want me to talk about comedy. Some people want me to talk about films. And I love talking about all three of those things. So again, it's going to be exciting to open our platform up to some different discussions on these free days that we have, like Sunday. I want to give you guys some extra content, especially because we've been making goal. Reggie came through and says, long-time listener, continue Kevin Samuels' work. Love it. He dropped 50 as well. Much love, man. Appreciate you guys.
There goes that man.
Appreciate you very much. Much love. Solid Thinking says, come on, let's do something. Let's do another show. He dropped another 25. Much love to Solid Thinking. Let the AK off of that, brother, man. Much love, man. I really appreciate you guys. I love y'all, man. Thank y'all for continuing to support these shows. Okay. I'm excited to get back to work. I'm ready to get back to work. I don't want a day off. I want to work all month. I want to work every day of the month. So I really appreciate you guys. Thank you. Thank y'all so much. I'm gonna let the song ride. Some people say they want the song to ride out. I'll let the song ride out. I appreciate you guys, man. Thank y'all very much. We made 170 all together in the CASHAPP. We made 170 all together. Much love. Thank you very much. What a show. What a show. What a show. What a show. Thank y'all very much for coming out and supporting. Y'all know y'all my people, man. Y'all know y'all my people. Let's go. Much love to all of our show sponsors.
Mama, there goes that man.
Welcome. Much love, everybody. This was the days. Remember the days? It kind of sounds like a memory at this point, just hearing our old intro music. It's lovely. Much love to Xavier. He says, let's go. He dropped 5 more. Let's get it. Much love for Xavier, baby. I love it. Be good, guys. I'm out of here.